Which is better, to plan a little bit, not at all, or everything? Let's do it. We also broke the tripod that we were using. To make this video today, I actually reached out to a few friends which I've been thinking for a while about working with. This is Daniel. Say hi, Daniel.
Hello.
And Danid.
Hey.
You spend too much time planning how to do everything and not actually doing it?
That's exactly right. I'm afraid that when I do take the step that I'm gonna do something wrong.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. We've come up with this little test that we're gonna do. We're gonna do 3 different setups of similar complexity, and we're gonna measure each in terms of both time and how they feel at the end of the process. Let's do it. Go. This production was brought to you by Soundtracks, the surprising solution to overthinking, available now at your local bookstore.
I was gonna take it.
No, bro, you read this book last week.
Okay, yeah, sure, I read it last week, but like, I need to look something up right now.
It's always this way. You say, I just need to look something up, and it's gonna take 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And then it takes you an hour.
Yeah, because I have the really big projects that I'm trying to work on.
It's always about you, isn't it?
Well, excuse me for wanting to do something with my life. Just let me have it for like 20 minutes.
What the heck? Bellows!
Okay, fine, take it, here.
We're done experiment number 1, and the results are in. It took us 18 minutes and 25 seconds to film that scene. So how do we feel about it?
I would say it was actually kind of nerve-wracking because I'm so used to like planning a lot. So it was run and gun like almost like pretty much completely, right?
Yes.
So and there was no time to we weren't allowed to like review it either. So I actually am not sure how it turned out. So we'll see.
That's right.
I think the big thing that stood out to me, we were basically improving, but not just that, but improving multiple times in succession. And I found myself like, without a script that I had rehearsed, it was difficult to try to improv this like little sort of conflict scenario, to try to keep the same lines more or less the same. Because I was thinking with an editing brain of like, well, what's this going to look like when we string it all together? How's the shot continuity going to look when we're just improving it basically 3 different times, potentially 3 different ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also found it was, I think, not just uncomfortable, I would say anxiety provoking. Not in a bad way, we were still having fun, but you know what I mean? It went beyond just like, oh, this is a little bit out of the ordinary, to like, I think this is detrimental to the thing we were making. Yeah, the exercise of doing it was fun, but I also felt kind of like there were too many things happening all at once for me to keep straight like what was going on.
Yep.
And we also broke the tripod that we were using.
That would have happened with any probably process, right? With any of the processes. That was just a piece that failed on the tripod.
Well, it's true, but I think that part of the reason why it broke was that we were like in 3 different places at once. So you know what I mean? Like you were thinking about what the next shot was going to be, and then pulling it out, and then I was trying to fix it while also thinking about 1,000 things, and ended up breaking it. So we were kind of like Silicon Valley. Our ethos was move fast and break things, and that's what happened. Timer's going. Fruit basket. We know we're doing something. Okay, we've got our script. It's not perfect. We don't really have an ending, but we do have a rough outline of what we want to do.
Hey man, what are you doing with that orange?
This, what did you call it?
An orange?
Yes, this orange. I was simply testing its suitability.
With your teeth?
No, no, of course not. I believe one usually does this method.
Don't grab the knife by the blade. You need to. No, definitely not. So, are you feeling okay? Did you have something?
I am
weird?
fit.
Oh, okay.
Yes, orange, of course.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Orange is awful.
Did you hit your head recently or something? Are you feeling all right?
Not now. I'm in the middle.
Are you talking to someone, right?
Quit interfering, you human! The results are in. It was 1 hour to do. So how are we feeling?
I'm a little tired. Not gonna lie, yeah.
It definitely felt like a lot more work. I was more happy with the story. I felt like there was a semi-interesting storyline.
I think that again, just the job of improving. I'm a little low energy today as well, so I don't have as much to give. Whereas if I had a script, I feel like I might be able to more easily kind of hang off of that to read. But yeah, just improving scene after scene. I think we're getting a bit better at playing off of one another, but it's still I still find myself not knowing where to turn next.
Yes. Yeah, there was still a lot of stopping and starting to figure out details as we were going. For sure.
It's interesting to see how the consistency is going to be, especially considering we didn't really have a script.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see in the editing room what it's gonna look like.
Yeah. What I suspect is that maybe the shoots that were planned the least also take the most time to edit.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so on to sketch number 3.
All right.
Where your heart doesn't sink like a stone when you're naked and broken with nowhere to go. Does somebody know? Does somebody know of a place
Okay, Jason, be cool. Be yourself. Not too much myself. Do you come here often? Oh, no. Okay. So, what's your favorite type of cheese? No, too weird. Yeah, okay. What do you like to do for fun? Well, it was better than cheese. So I saw this really good movie lately, and I was just wondering if you've seen... No? Let's try a compliment. Okay. You have really nice eyes. Yeah? Too forward? Okay. Okay, last try. Be calm. Be yourself. I'll be honest, I actually am a little nervous because I think you're pretty great. And really looking forward to getting to know you better. Yeah? Yeah, okay. That felt good. Wait, did you just say good boy? Okay there. Okay. Remember your place, buddy. I know, well, you're in charge this time, but generally I'm the one. All right, we have finished our epic test. We did 3 tests. That was our last test. And the results are in. I looked at the timer. It ran 1 hour and 22 minutes and 16 seconds. Yeah, how did you guys feel about that last one?
I think one thing that wound up happening was that even though we had made a relatively meticulous list of all the shots we wanted to do and everything we wanted to do and how we wanted to do them, we had made the list and then we forgot to consult it, and so we forgot the shot of the flowers.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of the way that we the order in which we shot scenes, where we did the main large one first before doing all of the insert shots, even though those would have been chronologically beforehand, we were stuck, right? We couldn't just do that additional one because it literally it was missing from the main scene.
Right. Yeah. So if you make a plan, you need to consult the plan. And I think this has happened often on my films too, where I try to get clever and shoot things like bundled together in sequence. If you do that, you really need a script supervisor to make sure that everything is consistent from start to finish.
Especially like we had the lighting set up for your shot, and then we had to like redo the lighting again and redo the setup for like the close-up shots. Like we should have like shot it like right after the main shot of you talking, right?
Right. So as to not have to go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did feel overall that one was a lot more, like the story was probably the best of the three. And we did cheat a little bit and use ChatGPT to create the script, which was like scarily good, I thought, for an AI generated script. But though we did give it a pretty detailed prompt, that was the result of us brainstorming. So I think that goes to show that AI is a wonderful tool when you give it good input.
You know, I was actually surprised that like it only took us 1 hour and 22 minutes. I was expecting maybe like 1:45, 2 hours.
I think what was interesting to see from this last one is that taking more time to plan doesn't always mean the project takes more time. If during the course of your planning, you realize a simpler, more effective way to do the project, which in our case, I think happened where at first I was imagining like, oh, this is going to be this big complex thing. And then in the course of planning, we realized like, oh no, it can just be these like 2 shots and this one reveal.
Yeah.
I did think another thing that I learned from this exercise was that the jump in and do it method is not a great way of getting a great end product necessarily, but it is a great way of coming up with ideas that you can then turn, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I think one thing that I definitely want to do more of on my projects is like jumping in and making kind of the like homemade version of the film where I'm not just sitting at my computer, but I'm actually with other people and I'm like at the location, you know, and you're like, you sort of make like the low budget version of the film.
Yeah.
And that, but then going back to the drawing board and then doing the detailed plan of like, okay, now that we have some cool ideas, how are we actually going to make?
I learned a lot. I actually had a lot of fun today. Yeah.
Me too. I'm glad. Yeah. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something. We'll catch you on the next one.